attorney, that just rung my bell. I was sick as to what I heard at that precinct, and I had to do something about it. But again, I'm only one person. I had to do something. I couldn't sit there. That's my son. That's your son. That's my daughter. That's your daughter. One of the young men who live in the shelter, first of all, let me just say this. He bought himself a hard hat. He bought himself boots. He bought himself gloves to do the work. He's 23 years old. This is just one example I'm telling you. And he ended up with a stroke when he couldn't cash his check. Now, when you have people that live in the shelter, but for the grace of God, there go I. And when I heard that this young man wanted to get from under the shelter just to be with his family, to make some money, to get from down under, I stood there, I looked at the police officers, and I just said, how dare we even threaten to arrest these people? The bank had, the check that the bank was supposed to be drawn from, had a picture of the check on its window. And it says, anybody who tries to cash this check will be arrested. And this was something I had to get up and stand up and do something. I really did. So my mission right now is, if you build in Brooklyn, you must hire from Brooklyn. If you look down the block on Franklin and Eastern Parkway, they're building a building right now, and none of us are building it. Not one of our sons or daughters is in that structure building or helping to build. You got Forest City Raptors coming into Brooklyn. They have a contract for 16 towers to be built here in Brooklyn. They want Brooklyn to be the new New York City, the new Manhattan. They're having tours around Brooklyn right now for people to select homes. People still live in those homes, ladies and gentlemen. And these churches are suffering throughout Brooklyn because the congregation, a lot of them, some of them are in the shelter now. Some of the seniors just can't make it. So they're coming like predators and coming into this town, and they're building and they're developing like we're not here, like we don't count. So I'm standing up and I'm speaking up for those who are in the shelter. They don't vote, they can't contribute to the campaign or anything like that, but I don't care. Somebody has to stand up and say, let's do something about it. So this Wednesday, first of all, I must say, I have to thank Reverend Bloodsore for believing in my mission. I came to Bloodsore and I said to the Reverend what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. He believes in this mission, and I'm hoping that other people will join me and with one big voice and say, this bleeding must stop. We have to, if you're going to build in Brooklyn, you got to hire from Brooklyn. So this Wednesday, from 6 to 9, I'm collecting resumes. And if you don't have a resume, because most of those folks and individuals don't have a resume, I have a form you can fill out. What I intend to do is get a coalition, an army of people, identify who these people are in our community, who these people are in this congregation. Find out who they are. Now, the more I get, the more they have to listen to me. If I have 100, amen. If I have 1,000, maybe not. But if the more resumes and people that I can identify in this community that needs jobs, that have experience, have skills in construction, the more they're going to have to listen to me. I'm an attorney at law. I'm going to do this thing. When the Reverend said earlier, what are you here for? Well, when I fell off that float and fell on my face without any embrace, and I'm still standing here before you today, I have a mission, and that mission is to speak up for these kids. Thank you, This Wednesday evening, please come. Please support this mission. It's important to me, it's important to my heart. I know this is the right thing to say. I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to march until people hear me. You have to, if you're going to build in this town, you better hire from this town. This is Richard Hurley, and thank you very much. Here at First Baptist, Wednesday, here at First Baptist, from 6 to 9. I will be here at First Baptist.
All right.